It was one of those mornings that seemed painted by peace itself. Golden sunlight poured across the porch as Alyssa and Josh, freshly engaged and full of plans for the future, woke to the soft chorus of birds. Their small country home sat on 5 acres of open land, wrapped in the hum of life, hens clucking, squirrels darting through the grass, the world in quiet balance. Then, without warning, the air cracked with a single, sharp cry. Alyssa froze mid-step. That wasn't a bird. It was thinner, desperate aching. "Josh, that's a kitten," she whispered, her voice trembling. For most people, it might have been just another lost sound. But for Alyssa, a longtime volunteer at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, and Josh, a wildlife technician, that cry was impossible to ignore. It was the unmistakable call of a life on the edge. They followed the sound across the field to the neighbor's old metal shed, nearly an acre away. Josh's sister, Emma, had mentioned hearing it the night before, meaning the tiny creature had been trapped, alone and terrified, for more than 15 hours. But there was a problem: the neighbor's massive guard dog. Josh's father, Deputy STO, decided to help. Together they went to the neighbor's property, the dog barking so loudly it seemed to shake the air. The neighbor reluctantly checked the shed, then came back shaking his head. "Nothing there," he said flatly. Alyssa's heart sank. But her instincts told her otherwise. Back home, as she stepped onto the porch, the sound came again, faint, barely there, but real. Her pulse quickened. She wasn't wrong. Deputy STO called the neighbor once more. Minutes later, the man appeared again, this time holding a trembling bundle of fur in his hands. Alyssa ran forward, tears spilling down her cheeks. "We found her," she whispered. Wrapped in a blanket, the tiny kitten pressed against her chest, cold but alive. She couldn't have been more than 3 weeks old, fragile, frightened, and fighting to breathe. Alyssa named her Birdie, for the little voice that had broken through the morning calm and saved her own life. Days turned into weeks of bottle feedings, sleepless nights, and gentle warmth. Slowly, Birdie's strength returned. Her purse filled the house like soft music, her blue eyes wide with trust. Later, they learned she had been part of a stray litter abandoned nearby. But that morning, her single cry became a miracle, a sound that carried far enough to find the right hearts. "She's tiny but fierce," Alyssa smiled, watching Birdie chase a sunbeam. "And she sings louder than any bird." If she hadn't listened that morning, Birdie's voice might have vanished into silence. Instead, it became proof that even the smallest cry for help can reach the right ears and change the world, one life at a time.